Hey fellow explorers, and welcome back to a Yakult Productions annual tradition where I look back on the year in the past, in this case looking back at 2025 and looking at what's ahead in 2026. I'll share kind of a retrospective of how the channel's doing. We'll talk about some of our favorite travels this year and just some updates on what's going on, where we are as people, as a family, as human beings, and then talk about in 2026 things that we're looking forward to do, new initiatives, and we'll have plenty of time for Q&A. All right, so as we get started on here, the first thing I always like to do is reflect on the channel statistics from the year past to take a look at where we've all come. And where I say where we've all come, if you're watching this, you are a part of this journey. So this isn't me talking to myself, so thank you for joining me. All right, so these numbers I do every year from year to year. So these are December 8th to December 8th numbers because I snapped the picture yesterday. And so last year, in the last 365 days on Yakult Productions, there were 14 million video views across the channel. That is up 21% from last year. Last year, there were 12 million views on the channel across the same period. So 2 million more views in total this year. Watch minutes, they are up 10%. This is one of the metrics that YouTube uses to be like, well, it's not just how many views people watched, but how long did they watch it for? So we are up to 1.7 million watch minutes over the past year. That is up 10% from last year. That was at 1.4 million. This past year, 2025, brought 48,000 new subscribers. If you were one of those, thank you so much for subscribing. If you're one of those who subscribed before and you didn't unsubscribe, thank you very much. If you did unsubscribe, well, that's all I have to say to you. That is up 8,000 from last year. Last year, it was 40,000 new subscribers, bringing us to a total of 412,000 subscribers right now. And the total views on the channel since 2008, 97 million total video views since 2008. We are almost at the 100 million view mark, which will be a cool milestone to celebrate. Okay, the other metric that I like to look at is not just how much you all watched or consumed, but how many videos we published to the channel. And I say we because, you know, it's a team here. It's me, the one who's in front of the camera a lot, Osigro, who's behind the camera a lot, and Yusaku, who's editing a lot of the videos. Not this one, because this records a live stream, so no editors between you and me. Just about 5 seconds between me and you. Okay, so over the past 365 days, I uploaded 362 videos to the channel. That is over 100 more videos than last year. So last year was about 250 total videos. So pretty much a video a day. If you were to average it out, that's divided between long form, shorts, and live streams. There were 189 long form videos uploaded to the channel, 118 shorts, an area that I've really tried to prioritize this year at getting better at and honing my craft in the shorts, and then 55 live streams, which is pretty much a live stream every week. Okay. So it's one of those where if you've only ever expected 2 videos on Yakult Productions, you know, one on Tuesday and one on Friday, or, you know, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that, check back throughout the week, because turns out there might be a lot of them, particularly the shorts too. Okay, so now I want to, in the live stream, Killer Chronicles says, I beat Killer Chronicles by less than 100,000 views. I'm very upset. You're upset that I beat you by a little bit, or you're upset that I beat you at all? Which I should have beaten you by more? Which one? Thank you. Okay. And James says it's been a busy year for you, and we all appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Brooklyn Joe says, I have all my friends watching. They know what's good for them. Thank you for getting your friends together, Joe. And if they're all watching on their own devices, that's even better. More credits for the live stream. All right. Very good. Yes, and Blue Tornado says, I remember there was one week that we had 2 streams in a week, indeed. Well, I had a couple different perspectives going on for the live stream, so that's how we end up with more than 52. Okay, so now I want to talk about some of the major trips that we took this year, and since this is roughly the December update, since this trip was over the new year of last year, it's included in this one, which is over New Year's last year, I went to Kuala Lumpur, to Malaysia. Many people said, Chris, since you love Singapore so much, you should go to Malaysia. It's right next door. It's like Singapore. It's only cheaper. Turns out it's not just only Singapore, cheaper. It's actually a lot different, much bigger place, very different culture, super, still great food. but the videos I think have done pretty well. The travel guides on that one, obviously they've had, when I do this retrospective and I look at videos for the year, these have had a year to live on the channel, so they've probably done better than the videos that I've just published in the last month or two. But looking at a lot of destinations, I am often making these two types of videos. When we go someplace for a long time, I'm often making the typical travel guide that you've come to know and love that you see up there at the top. And then I'm also making these kind of like long form vlogs, because a lot of people say that they like to see everything we saw, did, and ate kind of in one stretch, so that if you're planning your trip, you can look at that and be like, oh, I can do that because it was right next to this, or these sort of things. So those were the two major videos published from Kuala Lumpur. Had a great time there, and it was also great to meet Zach, a fellow explorer and fan from Malaysia living in Kuala Lumpur. He offered to show me around some of the sites, which was fun to spend a day hanging around with Zach. And it was also fun to visit the Genting Highlands. This was kind of these unexpected places that I wasn't like planning to do when obviously I planned to do it, but when I just thought about Kuala Lumpur, I didn't even know this place existed, which is basically the Las Vegas of Malaysia. It is where Resorts World, the kind of one of the newest casinos in Las Vegas, got its start. Resorts World got its start in the Genting Highlands, which is about an hour outside of Kuala Lumpur. If you've not checked out this video is pretty fun because it's a very different place. It is also home to the world's largest hotel. This hotel has over 7,000 rooms. It's called the First World Hotel, and it's in this thumbnail right here. It's the one that you see that has all those colors on it. So. Okay, so that was fun to go to Kuala Lumpur. That was a solo trip because OC Girl and the Curious Princess, they went back home to OC Girl's original home, Taiwan, to see OC Girl's parents. Then after Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, I joined up with them, and we spent some time tooling around Taiwan, not just Taipei, but this was a fun video that I did there inside Taiwan's massive 2-story Costco. If you were curious what Costco in Taiwan looks like, check out this video where I also eat a seafood pizza. Costco in Taiwan, they don't have like the combo pizza or the pepperoni pizza. They have seafood pizza, so you can check that out. We also visited the city, one of the southerly cities, Tainan, which is where OC Girl's dad was born and raised, in Tainan, the oldest city in Taiwan. Lots of good eats there. And we visited the mountain and tea growing region of Alishan, which kind of has just kind of this cool misty vibe, and there's this forest train that runs through there. And so in honor of Alishan, what am I drinking today? Today I am drinking tea from Come By Tea. This is in Orange County, where we live in California. This is my favorite, singular favorite boba tea shop. I love my boba tea. This was my favorite. They have one location there in Huntington Beach, and they have a lot of chains, a lot of locations in Taiwan. I like that every tea that you order from there is brewed when you order it. They make it out of this tea presso machine, which is like an espresso machine that brews it at high temperature. But if you look at the title of this tea right here, this is the, focus. This is the Alishan Oolong tea in honor of that place that we went in Taiwan. So that's where the tea leaves that have made to brew this tea came from. Okay. Yeah, the Wu-Tang Life asks if we ate any stinky tofu. I do not like the stinky tofu. For the record, OC Girl, my wife, she does like the stinky tofu. And for the record, our daughter, the Curious Princess, does not like the stinky tofu. When we went by a stinky tofu stand, the Curious Princess was like, oh, what is... What was pretty hilarious, we were in a night market in Taipei, and OC Girl wanted to have stinky tofu. And the Curious Princess could not handle the stall, or even being near the stall in the night market that sold the stinky tofu. So OC Girl ate the stinky tofu, and the Curious Princess and I went and had some shave ice, and then OC Girl joined us once she was done with her stinky tofu. Yes, not sticky. It is stinky, as many people say. Okay. Justin Thomas says, how far in advance do you order your drinks for your live streams? I guess the ice has melted. I got this drink on Sunday. Just put it in the fridge and saved it till now. So the ice has melted. Sometimes I order them with no ice. This one probably wasn't smart enough to do that for this one. Okay. We also took a trip to the Big Island of Hawaii. This was, I've been to all of the other major islands of Hawaii except for the Big Island until now. The Big Island is the one with the volcano. And we did our requisite 2 videos like this, our vlog and our things to know. And what's interesting on this one is often over time, often the things to know video kind of like surpasses the vlog video, but in this case, the 7 days on Hawaii's Big Island is doing quite well, as you can see there. So that was a pretty fun trip. We did learn, though, that the lava rock is quite sharp. So my pro tip to you, if you are going to the Big Island of Hawaii, it's really not a great place for beaches. There aren't that many beaches on the Big Island. There's some really cool black sand beaches that we enjoyed, but I did get a nasty cut on my foot on the lava rock outside of the Fairmont Orchid Hotel by the beach there. So if I were to go back to the Big Island, I would definitely wear some water shoes going to the beach. So that's my pro tip to you, which obviously if you watch that, you you would know. Okay. We also had a great trip to Japan this year. We visited Tokyo. I always visit Tokyo, and Tokyo is interesting. If you've watched these in detail, we made 2 videos on Tokyo, the requisite Tokyo travel guide, and then 7 days in Tokyo of the vlog of the trip. What's interesting about the 7-day vlog is we broke up Tokyo with Sendai in the middle. So if you were to watch this 7 days in Tokyo video, at some point I say, oh, and now we went to Sendai. So if you want to watch that, watch this other vlog over here, and then we come back to Tokyo for some more fun. If people ask Chris, is Tokyo kids friendly? I don't know. Take a look at those pictures. Does the Curious Princess look like she's having fun? I think she is. In the top one, I don't know what happened with the Photoshop cut out of her. That's sure, maybe a little too aggressive, too aggressive photoshopping. Sendai is the big city to the north of Tokyo. This video was only published a month ago, so the views aren't as impressive as the Kuala Lumpur series. They won't be because not as many people even know what Sendai is. So I know this video will not go on to millions of views on YouTube, but we enjoyed it, had fun, and a good time, and it was a fun place. So if you haven't checked out the Sendai video, do check that out. They have this special festival every year that they call the Tanabata Festival that stores, vendors, temples put up these kind of neat like paper decorations that you see back there. So that's pretty fun. And definitely one of the highlights for the Curious Princess is we visited Tokyo Disney Sea. And then, of course, I did a video about Tokyo Disney Sea, tips, trips, and mistakes. Tips, tricks, and mistakes. You will notice I do also have a video that we made one of the previous times we went to Tokyo Disney Sea over 10 years ago. And when I was standing in that picture in front of that globe, which is maybe like their version of the Universal Studios globe that's like in the entryway to Tokyo Disney Sea, there's a hotel back there called the Disney Sea Miracosta Hotel that is like built into Disney Sea, and I vowed at that time to be like, next time we're coming here, we're staying at that hotel. And we sure did, and it was totally worth it. It was not cheap, but it was great. So we also, just like a super neat experience of the Japanese Disney hospitality, checking into a hotel there. Lots of people say they're planning to go to Japan. Boston Elevators is planning to go. Sean is planning to go. Kathy loves Tokyo, wants to go back again, which is fantastic, I think. Boston Elevators asked if I have Dubai in the UAE on your radar. My radar is any trips that are, it is either planned, and if it's unplanned, then it's on the list with everything else. So I do not currently have a trip to Dubai planned, but it is on the list of everywhere else in the world that I haven't been that I would like to go to. Okay, and Points says why I would absolutely stay at the Miracosta Hotel again. I think next time we go back, because for the Curious Princess, for this trip, we only did Tokyo Disney Sea and we didn't do Tokyo Disneyland. And so I think we'll probably do both next time. And so next time I think we will stay at both the Miracosta Disney Sea Hotel for the day we're going to Disney Sea, and then I think we will switch to the Tokyo Disneyland Hotel for the day we're going to go to Disneyland, because that's how their like early admission works. You only get early admission into the park if you're staying at the hotel that's basically like adjacent to that park. So there we go. Soham says, I need to go to Brisbane and the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Definitely on the list of places I would like to go to. Okay. Phil says, what started out as a hobby has turned into a detailed travel guide. Great job, Chris. You're like the Rick Steves of YouTube. Thank you so much, Phil. That means a lot to me. I appreciate it. And you're right. It's all started out as a hobby, and I'm glad that so many people enjoy these videos. Peter says, did you have a favorite flavor of popcorn? We enjoyed the white chocolate popcorn, although, you know, because I was with a 5-year-old, I didn't get to try all the flavors I might have wanted. Like the garlic shrimp popcorn sounded really interesting. Kathy said, we got early entry staying in the Toy Story Hotel. They have since changed it, Kathy. There was more early entry from more hotels. They've now necked that down. So now if you're going to Disney Sea, you only get early entry from the Miracosta Hotel and the new Fantasy Springs Hotel that they just built. The Disney parks always change, right? Yeah, they always change. Okay. We were recently in Colorado. We went to Colorado Springs, where we enjoyed hiking in this place called the Garden of the Gods. The video for this one clearly not out yet, since I'm not showing you a thumbnail or screenshot of the video. So it has no views on it, because it hasn't been edited or published yet. Working on that right now. But the Garden of the Gods is this neat, really kind of like Red Rock thing. Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs is it's higher than the Mile High City. Denver in Colorado is known as the Mile High City. Colorado Springs is even higher. Colorado Springs is also home to this mountain called Pikes Peak. Elevation, something like 14,000 feet that you can like drive all the way up to the top of it in 45 minutes, basically. So that's pretty fun to do, pretty fun to hike these places, and also Colorado Springs. So there's this springs. There's this not tea that you can drink bubbling up from the ground, but natural spring water that you can drink. Some's warm, some's cold, some's fizzy, some's still. So it's interesting to taste the water that comes out of all of the different springs. Weasel says, I'm going to Colorado Springs right now. Well, Weasel, I hope you enjoy it. I wish I had more tips for you, but for people who are maybe going to Colorado Springs in the spring of next year, I'll have the video out by early 2026. Weasel says, I've gone to Garden of the Gods, and Lord, I need an oxygen tank. Indeed, the elevation does get to you even at the base level, and it really gets to you at the Pikes Peak level when you go up there. Blue Tornado says, I went to Colorado Springs, really enjoyed the garden. Indeed, and it's interesting that it's a city park. Like, it's the kind of place you would go to. You should be like, this should be like a national park. But it was donated to the city by a wealthy landowner like 100 years ago. And I think the cities just wanted to keep it. They're like, federal government, we don't need your money. We're going to run this park ourselves. Okay. And I guess Blue Tornado says I did the Royal Gorge train, and it was nice. Is that the train that goes up to the top of Pikes Peak? You can drive up there, or you can take a train up there. The other thing we wanted to do while we were in Colorado was to visit Meow Wolf in Denver. To Colorado Springs, you can fly into Colorado Springs. They have a small airport, or you can fly into Denver and drive for about an hour and 15 minutes. So we did that because we can get direct flights from Orange County to Denver rather than connect into Colorado Springs. And then we could go to Meow Wolf. For those unfamiliar with Meow Wolf, you might be familiar with Omega Mart. Omega Mart is this really awesome attraction in Las Vegas, and you can see 3 years ago the video I did on Omega Mart got over 1 million views, and so I thought that our video inside Meow Wolf's convergence station in Denver would do similar, and well, it's had 1,000. It's had 1,000 so far, so it's on the road to 1 million. I don't think as many people are going to tune into the Meow Wolf Denver convergence station because I don't think it has the same popular pop culture zeitgeist that the Omega Mart in Las Vegas does. This is the this is the challenging thing about making YouTube videos is you never know which ones are going to do well. You might think like, oh, this one's going to do well, and then it totally just tanks. Mark from Walter's World is on the stream. Hey, Mark, good to see you. Mark says, my favorite Yellow Productions memory 2025 was getting to watch hockey in Arizona with the man, the myth, the legend, Chris. It was one of my favorite memories as well, Mark. We were both at TravelCon, which is this travel convention that was in Tucson, Arizona, and it was super cool. Mark and I have traded comments like this on YouTube for years and years and years, and it was super fun to have what's the the deep fried burritos, the chimichangas. We eat chimichangas because those were invented in Arizona. Yes, and we saw a hockey game in, where of all places, Arizona, and that was a lot of fun. We were also there with Samuel, backpacker Samuel of the Samuel and Audrey channel. All right. The Fandom Traveler also gives a greeting to Mark from Walter's World. Okay. Brooklyn Joe says we didn't have a hockey team here in Arizona in 2025. In Tucson, there is a hockey team in Arizona. All right. And Phil says, I think people don't know that Meow Wolf and Omega Mart are the same company. You're probably right, Phil, and that's probably why people are watching the Omega Mart one and they're not watching the Denver one, because they're like, I didn't know that these are the same thing. So, all right. Brooklyn Joe's not NHL hockey. It's still hockey. Does it have to be NHL? It's people hitting pucks on a ice with a stick. Okay. Stevie says, I went to the rotisserie chicken burrito spot in Santa Monica after watching your video. Did you enjoy it, Stevie? This is Benny's Tacos and Rotisserie Chicken. If you're looking for what I consider to be the best chicken burrito that you can get in the Los Angeles area, Benny's Tacos and Rotisserie Chicken in Santa Monica and in Westchester near LAX Airport. That is my jam. Killer Chronicles asks if I'm going to any conventions in 2026. I always go to VidCon. That's the one I always go to. I don't know about others. TravelCon, I think they're going to be in they've merged with another conference. And they're going to be in Salt Lake City. So I don't know what that's going to be this year yet. Okay. So what were some of the top videos of 2026? Well, Vegas, always popular here on Yellow Productions, and the #1 video published this year was the 17 common tourist scams in Las Vegas. It's a mouthful, with 624,000 views, followed by what's new in Las Vegas for 2025 with 256,000 views. Also popular was the Japan guide update that I did. This is like a whole country sort of travel guide for Japan. That one has gone on to 150-ish thousand views. Surprisingly how well this one did, and this goes in the world about where I say you never know what videos are gonna pop or what videos are gonna do well. At least I don't. Maybe Mark does. Maybe Mark's figured out. Mark says, yes, his #1 was the least friendliest place I visited. That's a good idea. I like that one. And I think, yes, I definitely saw that one pop up for me on the recommendations. And Mark, did you know that was going to be your #1 video when you made it? But I had no idea when I set out to do a walking tour of the Tokyo Central Supermarket in Irvine that it was going to go on to have 158,000 views, because it was a video that took me all of 25 minutes to make, because that was the time that I turned on the camera and walked through the store and came out the other end, and people were really interested in that supermarket. The supermarket tours have done better than I could really have ever thought they would. So that's definitely a series that you're going to see going on. Kathy says, I watched the Tokyo Central one and wanted to go visit when we were there, but didn't have enough time. That's the problem on any trip, right, Kathy? Never enough time. Never enough. Okay, so what's coming up in 2026? What can you expect here on Yellow Productions? Well, you can certainly expect more Vegas videos because you all love them. There will definitely be a What's New in Vegas in 2026 coming up, as well as probably an updated Vegas travel guide. Just Vegas is the kind of place that changes so much that probably warrants an updated travel guide. I am planning to, on our upcoming trip, plan to do hotel reviews of the Vidara, of the Encore, and of the Palazzo. So those are some of the upcoming hotel reviews that I'm planning to do. Sean says, yes, this picture is of the Neon Museum. It sure is. Good eye, Sean. Janelle says, I love the Vegas series. Can't wait. If there are other things you want to see me record, get to in Vegas, let me know. We are also going to do Omega Mart in Vegas with the Curious Princess, because she loved Meow Wolf in Denver so much that it's time to take her to Omega Mart in Vegas. Oh, no pictures for these, so I'll just talk through these. Some of the other planned trips that we have, so we know that we'll be doing content, because I say there's planned and then there's everything else. So planned is Vegas, San Francisco. A lot of people have asked for an update to the San Francisco series, so I'm going to do that. A lot of people have asked for a video on Catalina Island, so I'm planning to do Catalina Island. And then the United States of America is celebrating its 250th anniversary, and so Washington, D.C. is having a bunch of special festivities for 250 years, so we're going to go visit Washington, D.C., in particular the National Air and Space Museum, the Smithsonian on the National Mall in D.C. just did a full overhaul, so we're excited to see that. Stevie says, how about the capital, Sacramento? When I do San Francisco, my intention is to do Sacramento too, but it is, it's tier 2 for me, because more people watch San Francisco than they will watch Sacramento, but if I've got time, then I'm going to get over and spend a couple days in Sacramento as well. But that's one that just depends on this and that. It's, you know, like I say, that might get scratched if the, for whatever reason. Okay. Phil says I should do a video of the Ebby Life Store in Alhambra. It's everything Japanese from the anime to the claw games. Phil, I have been there. I have been to that store. I know what you mean. It is a very interesting store. Brooklyn Joe asks if I will ever go to Central and South America. I am sure I will eventually, but I don't have any. It is also in the list of no immediate plans to. I had a trip plan. We had a trip planned to Rio de Janeiro, but it was one that just ultimately fell apart and never happened. So the Phantom Traveler says, I would love to say hi when you're visiting San Francisco. We should definitely, let's reconnect over email, Phantom Traveler, and if you're available, maybe we can you know, have a meal, or you can be in the video, show me around, whatever, show me some things I haven't seen before. However you might like to do it. Okay. I say that because then I'm just imposing on you. That's why I'm not demanding something. All right. Points Traveler says Nashville in 2026. I like Nashville. I've been to Nashville a couple times, but never done any videos on Nashville. Janelle Travel says do Mount Rushmore. I'd like to go to Mount Rushmore as well. That's one probably in connection with like New York City, right? That's on the horizon. We were talking about, should we do New York City combined with Washington, D.C., but we're like, there's so much to do in D.C. and the surrounding areas. I've never been to historic, it's not Jamestown. It's, there's like this like historic city that's in Virginia that's maybe like 2 hours or an hour south of Washington, D.C., near Richmond. People dress up in like the colonial Williamsburg, is that it? Something like that. Anyway, that's one that we're looking at too. Rhino says, I second the invite to say hi when you're in Las Vegas. Thank you for the second invite, Rhino. Killer Chronicles wants a Palm Springs update. All right, thank you for adding this to the list. And many of you said Williamsburg. Yes, Williamsburg. Okay. Oh, Yip Animation says I should update the worst cheap hotels on the Las Vegas Strip since both of the travel lodges in the previous video closed. I will consider adding that to the Vegas list. Jason says come to Iowa for the America 250 Fair at the Iowa State Fair. Is it I've never been to the Iowa State Fair. Is it like this is like a renowned world fair? Oh, tell me about the Iowa World Fair, Jason. Molecular Cloud says, when are you going to Suriname? Also on the list of no immediate plans. Okay. Rhino says Vegas. Hi, no, SF Chris, not Vegas. What did I say? I probably said the wrong thing, but I read San Francisco. Okay. So, just a quick update on the personal front, because often people are just curious about these things. Every time I do one of these, people always ask this question, but people probably didn't because I just did this video last week. Chris, what's the question? Chris, do you still have a day job? Do you still have a day job? Are you full-time yet? Yes, OC Girl and I still have full-time day jobs in addition to this very fully involved hobby. If you would like to know more about that, you can watch last week's live stream that I did about how I balance a full-time job and a YouTube channel to find out more about that. In other news, people always ask about the Curious Princess. Where is she and what she's doing? The Curious Princess is in kindergarten this year. Just overall loving life. We've been spending a lot of time at Legoland, really getting into Disneyland this year. We are a video that you can probably expect in the near future. We're going to take the Curious Princess to Disneyland and do the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. That is the place where they dress them up as a princess. So she is very, very excited about that. And I figure that there's only a few years of princess years, so we might as well do that while she's in the princess phase. Also, this thing at the San Diego Zoo, for those who follow YouTube history, the first video ever uploaded to YouTube was about the San Diego Zoo. The creator of YouTube, that was the first vlog. It was a day at the zoo. Creator of YouTube made this video about going to the San Diego Zoo. To celebrate YouTube's 20th anniversary, the San Diego Zoo made a special video about the San Diego Zoo and about people enjoying it there, and actually they used some footage of the Curious Princess in the children's part of the San Diego Zoo in their celebration video, celebrating the first video ever on YouTube, so that was kind of fun. Okay, yes, and Blue Tornado says the San Diego Zoo also home to the OG Topher. Indeed, and sadly when the OG Topher was stolen from us, we went back to the San Diego Zoo to hope that we could buy another one just like it, and sadly they don't sell that original model anymore. Phil says, you guys must get a lot of PTO, about 6 weeks a year is PTO. Killer Chronicle says, if you passed your probationary period at work, I have worked for the same place since 2002, so you could say so. You could say so. Okay, James says Jamestown is better than Colonial Williamsburg. Also, check out Monticello. It is amazing. I have been to Monticello twice in the past. We might go again. That is Thomas Jefferson's home, for those that aren't familiar with Monticello. But I've been to neither Jamestown nor Williamsburg. So, James, tell me why is Jamestown better than Colonial Williamsburg? Okay. The Average Joe really enjoyed the Alishan videos, and Kathy says great special for Disneyland at the moment. California residents should check it out. We bought these tickets from Costco that were like 3-day park hopper tickets, so we're using that for now. And then we just renewed our Legoland passes, so I think the California resident tickets are good for January, February, or March. I think we'll be enjoying Legoland for those months, and so we'll look for a probably California resident ticket back in the summertime or something like that. When we're then like, oh, it's time to visit someplace else other than Legoland. Okay. Now, a lot of people ask us, what do you do when you're not working or filming? Do you ever do anything other than work or film? And the answer is yes, we do a lot of things other than work and film, and we're not always working or filming. We are indeed enjoying things. And so 5 things that we often enjoy doing when we're not filming. 1, we enjoy going to the beach. Curious Princess really love the beach. I'm born and raised in San Diego, so I'm definitely a beach boy. Not one of the original band. I'm not very good at singing, but I like the surf and the sand. This is a video. This is a picture. This is a picture. We were on the Big Island at the beach, but when we're at home, we tend to go to the beaches in Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, and Dana Point the most, because those just tend to be the closest to our house and the places that we can find the easiest parking. And KB says about the Disneyland tickets. Oh, we enjoy going to Disneyland too, and Legoland, clearly. The California resident tickets are until May. They can be bought for a better price in AAA. All right, thank you for the tip, KB. I thought the Costco tickets were like a better deal than the current California resident tickets, because the Costco tickets included the Lightning Lane and also included like a dining credit. So I'll look at the AAA, because of course we have AAA. You know. Okay. But we're not going to the beach in the summer, so what are we doing? We enjoy swimming. The Curious Princess enjoys swimming. I enjoy swimming. We live in a place that, Southern California, it's warm enough to swim all year round. This is a photo of us at the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel that had like a swimming pool that was heated to like 90 degrees. It was absolutely amazing. But we swim all year round in Orange County. We also enjoy biking. And not motorcycling, but bicycling. This is a Surrey that we rented in San Pedro, but I also have a bicycle built for 2. It's a bicycle with a long tail on the back that then has a seat, so the Curious Princess can sit back there, and I can go for a 10-mile ride while she has to pedal. And OC Girl, when she rides along, she has to pedal too. She was on this she was on this Surrey, but obviously she was taking a picture of us, so that's why she wasn't sitting there at that point. We like to hike. Last weekend we were just up in the Malibu area, and we were in Calabasas for the Calabasas Holiday Road, and this is us hiking the Malibu Creek State Park Trail, and this is the Curious Princess doing the signature Yellow Productions pose. Obviously, the challenge of hiking with a 5-year-old is those little legs can only go so far, and so then my legs tend to do work for double. But I figure I just get more exercise then, so it's all good. That's why I'm hiking. And then finally, the Curious Princess, people always ask what sports she plays. She has really been into soccer as of recent, and this is her making a fantastic goalie kick right there. All right, Mark from Walter's World had to help his college son. We've definitely got a ways from the Curious Princess to go to college. She'll be there eventually. Dropped off back. Welcome back, Mark. Stevie says, what's your email? It's in the description of the video. You'll find it in there. Expand the description. Oasia says, do you rely more on cash bookings or are you a credit card points warrior? I am both. All of the above, for sure. Certainly for Vegas, I'm generally booking with cash because I'm staying at the mega strip properties, and you're not gonna redeem points for good value for any of those. I tend to book all of my Vegas hotels with planin.com. I've been able to get like 40% off a lot of those Vegas hotels, so I use Planin for a lot of our cash bookings. I also have the Amex Platinum card, so for a lot of the Fairmont hotels, we're booking with the Amex Platinum to get the fine hotels and resorts rate. For like San Francisco, I'll probably stay at one of the Hyatts there. I'll probably use my Hyatt points that I've earned as Chase Sapphire Reserve Ultimate Rewards points that I transfer to Hyatt to stay at a lot of Hyatts. I have been a loyalist to Marriott for a long time. I have over 1,000 nights at Marriott's, which makes me a lifetime titanium member with Marriott. So I do tend to stay at Marriott's a lot for the lounge access and the 4 o'clock late checkout. And, you know, as much as people might think that the elite status is chasing the hamster wheel and things like that, there are a lot of good perks at a lot of the better properties if you have elite status. When I was at the Grand Hyatt Kuala Lumpur, the elite breakfast was like amazing, like probably the best breakfast buffet I've had, and it was a free breakfast buffet, not for anybody, but it was a free breakfast buffet based on my status staying at the hotel. But you have to, like, if you go and stay at a Hyatt Place or a Fairfield Inn or a Hampton Inn, then your elite status in any of those chains, Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, is going to get you like nothing other than maybe like oh, welcome, I see you're an elite member with us. What do I get? Nothing. Oh, he gave you a room upgrade. What was the room upgrade? Well, instead of having a view of the air conditioner, you now have a view of the parking lot. Oh, thank you very much. All right. Phil says, why doesn't OC Girl like to be filmed? Does she have a warrant? She does not have a... Not as far as I know. Maybe she just has a warrant to arrest me. But, you know, there's some people, they just like to be behind the camera, so she likes to be behind the camera. That's where she can be artistic the most. I am... a lot of people would say, and certainly Mark from Walter's World wouldn't say this because he has the gift of gab as well, but, you know, there's a lot of people that, like, when you turn the camera on, that, like, whatever they want to say just doesn't come out of their mouth the way they wanted it to come out of their mouth. And I guess I've probably gotten to a point that I can clearly do a live stream talking for an hour where I don't mind any of the things that come out of my mouth. I don't sit there and go like, I didn't say it. Oh, should I said that? I shouldn't have said that. I should have said this like this, because, boy, doing a live stream there are no cuts. There are no retakes. We're going. Election forecast says Maui, please. We do want to get back to Maui. We have done guides on Maui in the past. They're a little bit older, but they do exist. If you search Maui Yellow Productions, you will find them. Point Travelers has always been treated well at Marriott's. Very good to hear, too. Brooklyn Joe says, I think my pool is heated to 105 in the summer. Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. Joe says, will you watch a World Cup game in a stadium? I don't know. Yeah, we should probably watch some big soccer game. Okay. So, now I want to talk a little bit about some new efforts and special projects that we've embarked on in the past year on Yellow Productions. I have mentioned at the beginning, with more videos this year, a lot more of those videos came in the form of shorts. So I've been prioritizing making a lot of shorts, in particular, prioritizing some of the restaurants that we eat at and making short videos of the restaurants. So you can see, like, up on this list of things, we ate at this new Palette Dim Sum restaurant, which is by the owners of Koi Palace from San Francisco. It's kind of a San Francisco Bay Area restaurant that's opening. If they opened a Vegas one recently, they just opened one in Orange County. What we're doing for Christmas, breaking out some of the pieces of our longer videos as shorts, like hiking above the clouds in Hawaii or driving on the Big Island, things that you might not find in that big video, we break it out. Also things like how to buy a Christmas tree at Costco, or where to buy Taiwanese groceries in LA. I'm just trying to think about things that I'm like, oh, I would, would people search for this? It's basically what I think about. I'm like, is this place I'm at, or this thing I'm doing, something that somebody might want to search for? And if it's something that somebody might want to search for, then I make a short on it. I also post every short that's up on YouTube. I repost on Instagram as a reel, X, which is Twitter, as a video, TikTok. So I post those all there too. And it's interesting how different videos just do differently on the different platforms. The video in the upper left here at the Palette Dim Sum restaurant that I mentioned on YouTube, when I took that screenshot yesterday, it had 5,000. What does it have today? Today it has, let's see, today it has 9,000. But that same video on Instagram right now has over 100,000 views. What's the difference between Instagram and YouTube? Well, the first difference is the Instagram video doesn't pay anything. Not that the short pays much at all. I think I'll probably have earned like $1 on that video. But 100,000 views on Instagram. Videos on Instagram grow by shares. And like when people, that's the thing that drives videos on Instagram. And so Instagram looks at how many people reposted this reel, how many people direct message to this reel, and then the more people that do that, then just the more places Instagram shoves the algorithm. And so I find videos about, like, short videos about things to do or things to eat are things that are very shareable, and so people share it out, and they tend to do better on Instagram than they do on YouTube. Yip Animation asks me, how is Palette Dim Sum compared to Koi Palace? Which do you like more? I like Koi Palace. If I take it just down to the food, I'd say I like Koi Palace more. Koi Palace is longer waits, busier, kind of crazier. Palette Dim Sums are smaller. You can make reservations. So I might like the experience of getting into a Palette tea house better. But like when the food actually gets to my table, I think I tend to like Koi Palace better. But that being said, I probably tend to eat at Palette Dim Sums more often when I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area because I don't have to wait as long. I make a reservation. They got a location in Fisherman's Wharf in Ghirardelli Square, so I like that one a lot in San Francisco too. Okay. There's a few people, including Blue Tornado and Kathy, that didn't know I was on TikTok. What you're going to see there, nothing different than you're going to see on YouTube. But if you're on that platform and you want to see those there, absolutely do so. Okay, yes, and Sean says, I'll need to watch that video at the marketplace. Yeah, we were there on the second day they were open. So they opened on Friday, just this Friday, and we were there on Saturday. So that's one where OC Girl, well, I was talking to somebody, one of her friends did this, now they're opening, all right, she looked and made that reservation on the first day we had available. Okay. Oh, Killer Chronicles says there's a pretty big grocery store in Thai-town, LA, but it's pretty run down. I know that grocery store, Killer Chronicles, and we wanted to go there, and we did, but we got there they closed really early or something. I feel like they closed at 4 or something like that, so we weren't able to get in. We got some Thai tea at the Cha Tru Mew, the Thai tea place that's right next to it, but I want to get back into that grocery store too. Okay. And Yip Animation says the Koi Palace in Daly City is moving. I think it's already moved, which is the original Koi Palace. I think it's already moved. When I go to San Francisco, I do intend to check it out. Mr. Nate says, any more super cool crib tours like the Washington D.C. crib? Right, when I lived in Washington D.C., I did a video tour of my apartment for now, because we're just in a house that we've bought and we own and we pay a mortgage on. For privacy reasons, we're not making a tour of our house. You probably see most YouTubers when they do that of the thing they live in. They're like, I do it when I move. What's his name? Grant. He does like a financial channel. Anyway, just said a thing to be like he sold his house in LA, and that's when he did his video tour. Like, I'm leaving, so here's our video tour. But hotel reviews up the wazoo. There we go. Okay. In addition to shorts, we've also had a lot of fun uploading videos to the Curious Princess channel this year. This is the Curious Princesses channel. And on this channel, we basically post a lot of the fun kids things to do that we go to. We also post a few toy reviews. So the Curious Princess playing with slime. We show her in a foam ball pit. Meow Wolf, we did 2 cuts. We did one that was like the adult walkthrough, and then we did a second one that was like the kids walkthrough, where I take the camera and just follow the Curious Princess around. But if you are looking for great activities for toddlers to 6 years old in Orange County, you can check out that channel most. Or if you've got kids and they want to watch another kid playing with slime or something like that, that's what that is. I also just started this channel. This channel I just started 3 weeks ago, something like that. The Yellow Productions Clips channel. How is this different than the shorts that you're posting? Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that I feel like is in the vlogs that we do, like these long form vlogs that I'm like, oh, like that restaurant that we ate at. If that was a separate video with its own title, more people would find it and more people would watch it. But few people are going to watch it because it's at 45 minutes into an hour-and-a-half video. And so what I'm doing on this channel is I'm taking out clips from our larger vlogs, our larger travel guides. I'm making them their own subset of a video and putting them in there. For example, when we did our tour of California Central Valley and we ate at some really great restaurants, including the one that you see all the way on the left of your screen. We ate at this place called Salty's Barbecue and had an amazing tri-tip. It was one where I was like, oh, like that video needs to get more views because it's really delicious food. So I took that section that used to be in, 8 best things to eat in California Central Valley and clipped it out and made its own thing. Or how to get money from the ATM in 7-Eleven, clipped that out, made its own thing, so you know more what that is. Also, clips from the live stream. So if there's like an interesting passage in a live stream, or an interesting little story or something like that, then that comes out and becomes its own clip. So this is where Blue Tornado says, in technicality, it's extended YouTube shorts. You could say that, though there's shorts and long forms posted to that channel too. But yes, there's, not the things that are going to be posted on there, because it's called clips. They're not going to have logical beginnings or logical ends because they're just going to be, clipped out of here. But I feel like people are used to that on YouTube now. They're used to clips channels, and so they're used to things beginning and ending. James just subscribed. Thank you very much for subscribing. Now you'll be number 23. Remy says, I noticed a lot of channels doing this clip thing. And I think, in 3 weeks I got 22 subscribers. So organically, without telling everybody. Obviously, now that I've told some people it exists, maybe more of you will find it. I am using, for the shorts, I'm using Opus Clip to try to find like what Opus Clip thinks is, which is like an AI tool to try to help go through a live stream or a podcast and try to figure out what the best parts of it are. For the long form videos uploaded to the Clips channel, I have, or Yusaku, me or my editor, I have identified all the clips, and then I've either clipped them out or Yusaku's clipped them out, and then I stick them up there. All right, but all of the long form videos are human decided where the beginning and end is, and all of the shorts on there right now are AI decided where the beginning or end is. And really, with a lot of things or experiments, I'm just, hey, we'll see how it does. I'll take it for a year, and we'll look back at it in 2026 and see, did I get 24 subscribers and 5 more views, or was there more watching things? And yes, related to the guy who sold his house in LA, Graham Stephan. That is right, Graham Stephan. Good. I think he has good financial content. Wickabugs has recently found the channel and been binging your videos. Thanks for the great content. Thank you, Jess, for watching. Okay. Joe says, best way to get cash in Japan, remember to bring your bank debit card. Indeed, and use the ATMs at 7-Eleven. So that's that video right there. And Mr. Nate is subscriber number 26. Kathy is number 27. Sherry also subscribed too. So thank you, everybody, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Okay. We will go then, so Facebook. Facebook, you'll see I'm putting more content up on the Facebook page. Facebook, like internet platforms, everything's like always changing, so Facebook always changes. Facebook has changed their algorithm and how they do ads and how they promote things and things like that. So you will see more content more regularly posted to Facebook than ever before, but this is the Facebook page, but you will also see a lot of content getting reposted to Facebook. So if you follow me on Facebook, some people have said, Chris, it's really hard to follow because I can't tell where you've been because there's this and this video comes after this and then this video from 5 years ago comes back. And unfortunately, Facebook is not like YouTube in the sense that YouTube is kind of like evergreen. I can upload a video to YouTube and people can watch it for like 5 or 10 years. A video that I did on driving in the snow in Lake Tahoe 10 years ago still gets views because YouTube services it. Facebook does not. Like a few weeks after you publish a video to Facebook, it's dead. And so the only way that people find it again is if it's reposted again. So you will find reposts of things on Facebook. The Facebook ones are the reels or the shorts. Those kind of get reposted like they are, but the long form videos get re-edited a bit to fit into the Facebook mold and format. Okay. Thank you, Blue Tornado, for being subscriber 30, and Remy for subscriber 31 to the Clips channel. Okay. The Yellow Productions podcast, which is what I call this weekly live stream. This is the Travel Tips with Chris podcast by Yellow Productions, because everything that's long form needs to be a podcast. People often say they enjoy, many of you watching it live or might be looking at it, but some people say, Chris, I enjoy listening to you when I'm working. I just have the video up on the side. Many people tell me that they listen to these when they drive, and so I wanted to get this up on podcast platforms. The first podcast platform that I'm syndicating this to is Spotify, because Spotify also does video. So not all my videos go to Spotify, but just the ones that are the weekly live stream Travel Tips by Chris podcast, this every Tuesday type thing, are going up Spotify. And I intend to also then syndicate the audio portion of it to more podcast platforms, but I started with the video side on Spotify. Kathy has never listened to a podcast. That's okay, Kathy. Don't go over there. just stay here. These are only for the people that already do that, and they're like, oh, I would listen to you more on the regular if you were over there. Because, this is one where, like, working through all these different platforms, I will tell you, YouTube is such a pleasure. It's such a pleasure to upload to and look at the analytics and the interface, and all these other platforms are just they're such a bear. So hard. Like, you upload the videos, they fail, you have to upload them like 5 times, anyway. Okay. All right. Before I get there into things I want to do, I also want to show you, we have a new channel trailer. It's been like 7 years since we updated the channel trailer for Yellow Production. So this is going to be a new video shortly, but I wanted to share with you the new Yellow Productions channel trailer. This is the video that if you go to the Yellow Productions channel page on desktop, it like autoplays. So here it is. Are you planning a trip? Do you feel a little overwhelmed? It's okay, you're in the right place. Yellow Productions is here to help. From the vibrant streets of Asia to the hidden gems of Europe and adventures across the USA, at Yellow Productions we've created over 2,000 videos packed with tips and tricks covering everything from honest hotel and gear reviews to the best local food so you can travel smarter. Oh hi, I'm Chris, and since founding this channel in 2008, my goal has been simple: to help you travel intelligently, comfortably, and affordably. You'll often find me traveling the world with my daughter, the Curious Princess, my wife, OC Girl, who's typically behind the camera, and our traveling stuffed panda Topher, who helps us review hotels. Topher and I have spent over 1,000 nights in hotels, which makes us super picky. So if Topher recommends a hotel, you know you're gonna get a good night's sleep. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe already, because your next adventure starts right here. And as usual, we won't say goodbye, because we'll see you in the next video. All right, I hope you enjoy the new channel trailer. Janelle says, I just followed on Spotify. Thank you so much, Janelle, for following on Spotify. That is that when I said, if you like it here, don't go over there. It actually probably does really help my Spotify numbers. If any of you do have Spotify, if you go find the Yellow Productions podcast and follow it, because Spotify doesn't have the same level of like organic discovery and search that YouTube has. So that would definitely help. Help a brother out. Phil says, well done on the trailer. James says, love the trailer. Wickabug says, love the trailer. Blue Tornado says, cinematic and well done. Thank you, everybody, so much. Okay, MK Wee says, what's your typical viewer subscriber demographic? Okay, so I can, because I didn't screenshot that, so I can't put up a screenshot, but I can tell you what it is by looking in my YouTube studio here. So well, I'll start with this. Device type: 54% of all viewers watch Yellow Productions videos on televisions, 22% watch on mobile phones, 15% watch on the computer, and 7% watch on tablets. The age breakdown is maybe I just maybe I stick this up there. That's the age breakdown. So 13 to 17, a little bit. I guess the primary age is 35 to 44. And then, you know, I mean, these are obviously self-reported, so whether they're accurate, you know, who knows? But that's what people report themselves as. That's male, female, user specified, and then geography, United States, Canada. I think the countries is interesting if I like expand that, so you can see all the countries as it goes down. So interesting: US, Canada, Australia, UK, India, Singapore, Japan, Philippines, Malaysia, France, rounded out the bottom there at 1%. So that's the answer to the viewer demographic. Okay, James says I can't read that. All right, well, can't help you. That's the best I could do. Okay, but I bet Kathy, who watches on TV, I bet Kathy could read that. All right, very good. So some things I want to do this year. Doesn't mean they'll get done, but they're like stated goals. One, I want to revitalize the Yellow Productions website. I've kind of let it run fallow with text-based companions to the videos, because I feel like there's so much stuff now that, like, even me, like when I research things and I'm like, oh, there's only videos. I would like, maybe for some reason I'd like some text because I'm on the subway and I can't watch a video, and if I could read some text on it. Or maybe you watch a video and you just want to go back and scan, like, what were those restaurants, or, you know, where did you say the hotels were that you liked? And so I am looking to try to make some text-based companions to go with the travel guides. I don't know when. I don't know when I'm going to get the time to do it, but it's one of the things that's on my list of things to do. Also, I would like to do more top 10 style videos. This video over here on the right, this 10 best luxury hotels in Vegas, is a short that's done very well. I just kind of like narrated the top 10 best and why they're the 10 best. And so I'm thinking like things like 10 best airports, 10 best budget airlines, 10 best beaches in San Diego might do well. Also, I want to make more non-destination focused travel tips, you know, on the heels of videos like this one, how to travel cheap, how to find cheap flights with Google Flights in 2026, or top 10 hidden tricks to book cheap flights. Like, those are kind of like generic. They're not about a place. They're just about travel in general, global entry, TSA pre-check, things like that. So if you have ideas for things like that you'd like to see of generic travel tips, let me know. James gives a +1 on the text-based companions are a great idea. All right, thank you for the +1 on the text-based companions. Things that will continue into the next year. Definitely these live stream podcasts will continue in the next year, as long as you all continue to come in and watch. The high-quality travel guides that you've come to know Yellow Productions for, the Things to Know Before You Travel series, those definitely continue. The long-form vlogs will definitely continue because you all seem to be enjoying those. Hotel reviews, I consider myself the internet's foremost hotel reviewer, so we'll keep doing those. Luggage and gear reviews, as long as people keep sending me suitcases, I'll keep reviewing them. It's always funny on the suitcase reviews, though. Side note, there are some when I talk in the suitcase reviews, and I'm like, oh, like this company sent me this suitcase to make the review, and then people are like, oh, Chris, you can't possibly be unbiased because they sent you the suitcase, and I'm like, boy, at this point, if you think that suitcase has much intrinsic value to me, you're probably wrong. Actually, at this point, receiving a suitcase is like a cost from our attic. We have so many suitcases, and it's ridiculous. There are like probably 20 suitcases in our attic, because they're just how many come and how many go. Kathy says, where do you store all I can't store all the luggage, and so I give them away to family and friends and things like that. So that's why I say, like, there's obviously the few that are my favorites I tend to like keep and put into my rotation, but one man can only use so many suitcases. And so at this point, like when a company reaches out to me to be like, Chris, would you like to review this? And I say yes, I'm not looking at it from the thing to be like, oh, because I need another suitcase. I really set personally set in suitcases for the rest of my life. But yeah, pizza. I should build a suitcase for it. I should do that. I should just get them all down and build a suitcase for it, because I think that would be a fun episode. But I do them because I think they're like, in the world of reviews, when people are like, say, buying a suitcase, most people have not had the experience to have used 50 suitcases throughout their life. They've used 3. And so they don't know when you see a review on Amazon, someone's like, I love this suitcase, because their only experience before that was with the Walmart suitcase. So I think it's, I like to think I'm providing a service of a, Consumer Report style, somebody who's reviewed 1,000 washing machines no more than me. Like, how do you like we just got a new clothes washing machine by LG. I like it. Chris, how do you like it? I like it. It is the second washing machine I've ever owned in my life. We bought our house. We bought one. It lasted for 15 years. Died. I bought a new one. I'm like, oh, it was pretty good. So 15 years seems pretty good. Kid Luke, where do you store? We have an attic. So that's where we store it. Darkson says, what are your thoughts on these AI companies scraping your text-based content and using it in their LLMs, i.e., it's kind of the internet, you put stuff out there, people do other things with it. So it is what it is. I don't know, like, people can be cranky about it. I'm like, I don't like this, but it's the same thing for people who might be like, it's the same thing about like, there are businesses who are like, oh, don't take a video in here. And I'm like, man, do you live in the home of the printing press or something? Like the way you're actually, the Pallet Tea House, my reel on that place got 100,000 views. They could have sat there and been like, don't make a video here because it's special. And be like, they're like, please make a video and people will watch it. More people will come to eat here. So anyway, I don't, I could be like, oh, don't train your LLMs on my videos and don't train your LLMs on my text. But it wouldn't matter because it's gonna happen anyway. Okay, some things that are also going to continue are the walking tours, certainly the supermarkets, neighborhoods, attractions, and airports. The airport series is doing pretty well, and those tend to be pretty like evergreen videos that, like, when I make a video on San Francisco Airport Terminal F gates or something like that, like, it doesn't change all that much, and so that video people find over and over again. Before we go to Q&A, just one thing I want to show you about things that we couldn't make a video on, but it was kind of cool. I took a few pictures, but they wouldn't let us make a video. Is in Fountain Valley, California, which is in Orange County. It is home to the Yakult factory for North America. If you're not familiar with Yakult, it's kind of like a yogurt drink from Japan, and in Fountain Valley, they have a factory that makes all Yakult that is sold in North America. So all the Yakult that's sold in the USA and Canada, well, I guess Mexico, North America. So there's another factory in Mexico too. But all of the Yakult that's sold in the USA and Canada is made at a factory in Fountain Valley. You can take a tour of it for free. You just got to like sign up on their website. You go and you take the tour. And you get some free Yakult. You get a free Yakult squishy thing. You get to like look in windows and see where they make it all. And you get to see all the Yakult they have worldwide in these display cases. And you even get to take a picture with Yakult Man. So anyway, if you're in Orange County and you're looking for something off the beaten path to do, consider visiting the Yakult factory. It's free. Just got to sign up and go. Okay. So with that, we're going to go to Q&A time, but before I do that, as you sort of ponder things to ask or things to say, I am always looking for your video ideas, and so if you've got things, be like, Chris, I'd really love to see you make this kind of thing, places I've stated I'm going, Vegas, San Francisco, D.C. I'd really love to see you go to these places and make videos on it. I would love to. If there's some generic travel tips that you're like, Chris, I'd love to see you make a tip on this or a live stream on this, I'd love to. If you tell me, Chris, I'd really love for you to go to Dubai and eat at this one restaurant, I am less likely to do that. But the ones that I can do in a studio as a generic setting, I am all ears for and really love to hear it, because some of the best ideas, frankly, come from y'all. The live stream I did last week about how to balance a full-time job on my YouTube channel is one that came from a viewer question who he said on the video I did with Josh from California Through My Lens when I said I still have a full-time job and that's why I need to come back on Saturdays so I can decompress on Sunday so I can go to my desk job on Monday. He's like, Chris, if you still have a job, I want to know how you do it and how do you balance those things. And so, born that video. So what are your ideas and what are your questions?
Fellow explorers, it is now Q&A time. If you've got a question, I've got an answer.
Killer Chronicle says, is your contention that Denver Airport is the best airport? My contention, best airport in the world is Singapore. Changi Airport is my favorite airport in the world. Wickenbug says, I think the Curious Princess would love to see the quokkas here in Perth. I bet she would. I would love to come and see the quokkas. Remy says, are you planning to go to Epic Universe in Orlando? I would like to. Orlando is just one of those, it's kind of like, it's hard for us to justify Orlando since we live in California and we live by Disneyland and we live by Universal Studios Hollywood. We still haven't done Universal Studios Hollywood with the Curious Princess, so we needed to probably do that first before we do the whole Disney, but it's kind of like do Disney World and the Orlando Universal theme parks. I mean, there's a trip in our future there for sure, but it's probably not in the immediate year. Mr. Nate says, you should do a cross-country road trip, Disney to Disney. All right, that sounds like a lot of fun. What I should do, really, I mean, Mr. Nate, if we didn't have our day jobs anymore, what I would do is I would do from San Diego, I would start with like a Disney cruise. I'd do like a Disney cruise down to Mexico and then do a road trip and get in our car and drive to Orlando and do the Orlando parks and then take a Disney cruise out of Florida. I think that would be like an awesome like 3-week thing. Phil says, have you ever taken a Disney cruise? We took a Disney cruise out of San Diego. We went from San Diego to Ensenada on the Disney cruise. If you want to see our experience, just search for Productions Disney Cruise. What's the hottest place you've ever visited? Death Valley. We've been to Death Valley, the hottest and lowest place on Earth. Oh my gosh, that place is hot. Okay. Mon Carlo says, our group of 8 friends had a great time in Japan, in part from watching your videos. We came from Phoenix, a couple from Los Angeles, a couple from Toronto, and a couple from Brisbane. Awesome, Mon Carlo. Thanks for the feedback. Glad you loved Japan. Stevie says, San Francisco, Sacramento, and Lake Tahoe. I'll be your Uber. Hey, thank you, Stevie. Kathy says, that sounds like the perfect Disney holiday. Cyclonus says, have you ever done a video but attracted such a crowd that you had to stop and abandon the video or come back later? Yes. Yeah, I will say that, and it's not necessarily because everybody recognized me, but there are certainly some places that by the time you pull out a camera and you have somebody standing across from you, that you do end up with a crowd. One of those places actually, in fact, was we were in Korea. We were in South Korea. We were in Busan, and there was a group of we were standing near the beach, and there was a group of elementary school kids that was coming by, and OC girls shooting me. I'm talking in front of the camera, and one of the Korean kids in English asks if I'm a YouTuber. And I say yes, and it was all over at that point because the whole class was like, he's a YouTuber. They were like fourth graders. He's a YouTuber. He's a YouTuber. And then there was another class walking by and another class walking by, and I have never been mobbed by more like fourth graders than that, because I had cards. I was handing out my cards to them that have, Yellow Productions and a YouTube logo, and they had no idea who I was, but just to be in the presence of a YouTube, the number one job that South Korean kids want to have when they grow up is to be a YouTuber. Phil says, have you ever gone camping? I was in the Boy Scouts when I was younger, and I have been camping as a Boy Scout, and absolutely hated it. I hate camping, so I do not camp as an adult. Chopsticks for Eva says, I really enjoyed your Guam video. I'll be heading there in a month. Awesome. Chopsticks for Eva. I hope you enjoy Guam. If you have any side questions, feel free to shoot me a note. Killer Chronicle says, did you pass the town of Trona? It is an interesting town. Yes, we definitely drove through Trona, and that is one of those interesting towns in the desert for sure. My dad, Electric Rick, says, I know you love tacos. Will you be reviewing Crest Tacos in San Diego that just opened? I'll put it on the list. I'm always looking for good new taco spots. Janelle says you can combine Nashville with Graceland. Thank you for the tip. Rhino says New Orleans, much like San Francisco, a change in city leadership has things trending up, plus the food. I'd like to get back to New Orleans. I haven't been there in a long time, and I never made a video when I was there. So Brooklyn Joe, same thing for camping for me. Living the Vacation Life says, you're truly an inspiration to small creators. Appreciate the content you put up around travel tips, guides, and insights to content creation. We definitely look to your channel as inspirations. Thank you so much, Living the Vacation Life. That's very sweet of you. Kid Blue Creation says, will you do more videos featuring Electric Rick? I don't know. Maybe Electric Rick and I need to go eat some tacos together. We can make a joint review. Find out what we each think about it. All right, Darkson says, suggestion, maybe a crossover discussion live stream with another travel blogger like Walter's World. Ever thought of interviewing others? Could be cool to have some interviews on your podcast. I have done some live stream ones in the past, and I think you'll even find in the past there probably is we've done some Walter's World collabs. If you look, when we were in Tucson, we did some Walter's World collab videos. I actually have a whole collab playlist. If you search for Yellow Productions collaborations, you'll find it. I recently did one with Josh from California Through My Lens. But if there's others that you're like, Chris, you should do one with them, and then you pepper them up too, then all right, there we go. Okay. Mon Carlo says, is it advisable to visit Taroko Gorge from Taipan day trip? I have never been to Taroko Gorge, Mon Carlo, so I can't provide you good advice on this one. I think April's a good weather month. It's spring, so it could be a little rainy, but other than that, the weather's good. Grant says, let me know when you come down to New Orleans. Thank you so much. Kathy agrees, resorts all the way for me, not a fan of camping. James says, is there anywhere you didn't like but willing to give a second look? Naples, Italy. The first time I went there, I was like, oh my God, it's the city of trash. So it was not my favorite, but I went back again when there wasn't a trash strike, and I enjoyed it a lot better. Oasia says, should I bother traveling to rural Japan if I don't speak fluent Japanese? If you're adventuresome, go for it. Google Translate can be your oyster. Cyclonus asks if I'll be doing more Christmas light videos, displays, neighborhoods, etc. We are going to Hikari in Irvine at Tanaka Farms. We're going to be doing that, so we expect that one. But I don't know. I don't know about if we'll have any more after that one. I think that's the last of our Christmas light things. Okay. Somebody asked, and I can't go find the comment back again, but I saw it, which was, Chris, do you get recognized in public a lot because you're out a lot? The short answer is yes. When we were at the Huntington Beach Christmas Market, we did get recognized a few times by different people throughout the journey. When we go to Disneyland, we get recognized by people. When I go to Vegas, I get recognized by a lot of people. This is why I have made the Yellow Productions stickers. So if you spot me in the wild, then you'll get one of these, assuming I haven't run out of them, because I can only carry so many at any one time or so many in one trip, and sometimes I run out. But if I haven't run out, anybody who goes like, hey, Yellow Productions, and if they're just not like, because they might be going someplace and they might be in a rush too, they can't stop. But if I have stickers, I will always ask if you want a sticker if you spot me. Okay. Killer Chronicles asks if I go to Javier's in Crystal Cove after a spike in views. Mastro's in Crystal Cove is maybe more my thing, more than Javier. I like Javier's, but they have a Spectrum location too. I mean, Mastro's has a location in Costa Mesa. We were just the other day at Five Crowns in Newport Beach. We really enjoy Five Crowns. I think Five Crowns has some of the best prime rib anywhere. If you've never been there, Newport Beach, Five Crowns. It's owned by Laurie's, but it's really pretty good. And Crystal, for those who aren't in the know, like Javier's is like this. It's like the most expensive Mexican restaurant you could ever find. Okay, sounds good. Let's go ahead and go to our giveaway.
Yes, it's the time you've been waiting for. It's time for the giveaway.
All right, fellow explorers, in every video, I always give away, in every live stream, I always give away a Yellow Productions crew shirt to somebody who can answer one of my questions. And my question to you today is, what place in Malaysia did I go to that is home to the world's largest hotel? If you can answer the name of that city, town, place, you will win that Yellow Productions cruise shipped to you. If you don't win one and you want to buy one, you can do so from the Yellow Productions shop, shop.yellow-productions.com. Link also in the description below. And if you want to know, Chris, when is the next live stream? You can head over to sign up for my email list, the Yellow Productions update, where I'll email you every time I have a topic and a time and a date for my next live stream. Next week is probably going to be just a general Q&A live stream. It's also one of the traditions I like to do during the holidays to make sure I can get to even more of your questions, so that's what we'll be doing next time. All right, I see some winners.
And now we have a winner chicken dinner.
Oh, congratulations to Chopsticks Forever with the first answer of Genting, Highlands. It's the holidays, so we'll go to the next two correct answers, which there's some people said Genting. I'll see Genting Highland, but it's not complete. Winning at number 2 is Sean, and Dad on a Mission number 3. So congratulations to Chopsticks Forever, Sean Wu, 33684, and Dad on a Mission 04. Y'all 3 win shirts. Send me an email to chris@yellow-productions.com. You'll find that email in the description. Let me know your size, let me know your address, and I'll get that shirt headed right out to you. Well, fellow explorers, it is always a pleasure hanging out with you. Thanks for being here for 2025. Thanks for tuning in for 2026. I know the year's not over, but hey, we're looking back and we're looking ahead. So let's look ahead now to the live stream outro.